I guess, cut a hole in the roof. So just before we start cutting and drilling and stuff, we've taped a bag underneath to catch all the metal filings, because we don't want those falling into the van and going rusty. So hopefully that will catch all the little bits as they fall down.
What was that?
Just trying to get all the iron filings cleared up, because if you leave them on the roof they'll go rusty and then they'll sort of rust to the roof and they just make everything horrible. So just trying to get rid of them all.
Painting the holes, so the edge that Brett's cut. You see a bit of bare metal, and then also the holes as well. They're pre-drilled for the flange to go over. So just put a nice dollop of dark grey. Doesn't look in the slightest like green Hammerite paint all over it. Can I press on this? Just to sort of stop it from rusting ever. I think this is also, and touch up any scratches while we're here too.
Some slightly dubious grey clouds over there.
Yeah, they've been there for a while.
The weather forecast says it's not going to rain.
Yeah, the weather forecast is, yeah.
I really hope it doesn't rain. Finished fitting the skylights yesterday. It was one of the jobs I was a bit worried about, so I'm quite glad to get that one ticked off. Had a bit of rain, so that's keeping the rain out, so quite happy with all that. On with the rest of the build. So, phoned up the company and they've
sent a new pipe.
They've sent a new pipe attachment thing, because this way is not going to work. So we've got to ship the original bit back to them, and then they've sent out something else. So hoping to take all these adapters off, and then hopefully it will all fit and we can actually get it mounted underneath. Today's job is to see if we can actually get this thing bolted underneath, which I think is going to be hard because it's quite heavy and you've got to get everything very, very precisely aligned.
Give it a bash. Congratulations on purchasing the LPG 3000.
It'd be nice if you got that. You don't get anything.
Literally, the instructions in the assembly bit, it said assembly to be done by a specialist. That was it. It didn't have any other instructions about assembly.
Yeah.
No swearing.
I promise nothing.
What you doing?
Okay, we're going to try and mount the gas tank. You have to spray a really toxic protective coating. So I've sprayed the top part because we won't have access to that, but it means whilst mounting it, it's got this sort of horrible black tarry. Yeah. But anyway, hence the gloves and...
Looks like it's burnt on one side.
Yeah.
Hence the glove and the apron.
Yeah. So we're now going to try and lift this up and offer it up. And I was thinking about jacking it up with the car jack, but I'm a bit worried about it slipping off the jack. So we're going to try the human jack first.
You okay?
Yeah, why not?
You good?
Okay.
Still good?
Yeah, we're all good.
Remember the wire.
Okay, I'm remembering the wire.
Yes, I'm
That's bit a tiny bit. Let's go. Drivers front. No. Right, try the back. Back drivers.
Yep. So when?
Not so great success. Yeah, we couldn't. Had the bolts coming through the floor like like you're meant to do, to thread through, but we couldn't get everything lined up, and it was starting to damage the threads, and
It wasn't good.
it wasn't good.
No.
We got a bit stuck. So
You got very stuck.
gonna reverse engineer it. So instead of using sort of bolts through the floor, got threaded rod. Screwed that into the mounting bits at the bottom, and then we'll poke those up through the holes, and then put nuts on the top of it.
Second
Hopefully.
grade success.
This should hopefully be easier to get lined up.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We'll see.
We shall see. We shall see. Something's going in.
Yeah.
No, it's not through. Okay, I think I've got this one. I've got the front passenger for now. Can you physically draw the bolt inwards towards the centre? Or sort of push it?
And get the drill.
The drill.
Yeah.
Here is Brett. Toxic stuff.
Toxic stuff is horrible.
So we sprayed it black, then we sprayed it black some more.
And it's special underbody coating.
It's horrible. It's really sticky. Anyway, so that's the gas tank, all painted black. Eventually got it up there. And then next is piping it all in. So I had to drill some holes underneath for all like the pipe work to come up, and then we're going to have the regulator basically underneath the bed, sort of snake up here and then bolt underneath the underside of the bed so we can get access to that. So gas tank's in now, which is a relief. That was a real fight. We had to sort of put it up, take it down, put it up again, and anyway, it's up. The only issue we have now is that we're a bit concerned that futuristically, if something goes wrong with the gas tank and we need to either get rid of it or drop it or take it off somehow or check the nuts are all still there, we've kind of just sealed it underneath the Celotex. And then we're planning to put the old original floorboard back on top and then build the garage, the bed and all the work units underneath on top of it, which would mean ripping up everything if something were to go wrong. So the plan is basically to cut the floorboard in half so that if something does go wrong, we would have to take up the back garage area, but we wouldn't have to take up all the units as well because that piece extends quite far in. That will be one singular floorboard piece on its own, and then the garage will be separate, and then this is where the gas tank sits in between in these two panels here. So that's the plan.
We have a floor again. We had a floor quite a while ago,
The floor 3 weeks ago.
and then various problems.
We got rid of the floor.
But it's back. We have a floor. We can walk properly over the van without breaking up the insulation or doing stuff.
Yes, we are gonna laminate or put like laminate flooring down.
Yeah, we got some vinyl laminate wood stuff that will go down and make it look all pretty later. But we wanted to reuse the plywood that came out from the original floor, firstly because it fits and it saves us a bit of money, but that wood laminate vinyl stuff that we've bought is really, really thin, so it needs something sort of reasonable to sit on top of. So it made sense to reuse this. Got a few holes to fill in. So all these points are where the load anchors were. So they had the anchor strap down points where you could strap everything down, but obviously we've taken all those out. So the little job for Sophie to
What?
create some nice little plywood inserts to fill those in.
Okay.
Need to get this plywood panel on the wall by the window, get the window frame all cut out and made and bolted and glued and stuff, and then we got all the ceiling panels to go on and a whole list of other jobs.
Then the bed, then the bed, then the bed. Then the bed.
And then maybe the bed.
Hey, can we build the bed? Ah! Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow's job.